individual. We're not just gonna.
Hi, I'm Teresa with Integrity Roofing and Painting, and I wanted to share with you a little bit about the process of when the mortgage company is listed on your insurance check. You will be required to get a mortgage company endorsement when that happens. One thing to keep in mind is that you will always want to update your insurance company when you change your mortgage. If you refinance or if your mortgage is sold to another company, you're going to want to update that with your insurance company so that they can write the correct name on the check. If you find that the insurance check comes to you and it has an old mortgage on it, you will have to return it to the insurance company and start the process again by providing them with the mortgage update documentation so that they can reissue the check. This may cause some unnecessary delays for you when you're ready to start your repairs. Getting a mortgage company to endorse a check is not necessarily a simple task. There are a few things that they're going to require. Each mortgage company requires something just a little bit different, but in general, this is a list of the things that they will be looking for along with the check. Some of them will require you to endorse the check before you send it, and others will wait until you get it back. Almost always, they're going to want an insurance claim summary and a copy of the contract with your contractors. The conditional lien waiver should line up with the contract. Some of the conditional lien waivers that are filled out by your contractors need to be notarized. Other versions do not. The majority of the mortgage companies do have their own version of the lien waiver. There are a few generic ones that you can use if they don't have their own. Those are available online. Your contractor should be able to generate one for them. Often they will ask for a W-9 from your contractor. When they do this, they are intending to put the contractor's name on the check along with yours when they return the check to you, in which case they will be escrowing the account and not returning the exact check to you. If they're asking for a W-9, they're going to want you to endorse the back of the check before you send it. We'll talk a little bit more about escrowing the account in just a few minutes. Often they're going to want a roofing license for the entity in which you live, and they're going to want you, the mortgagee, to complete a statement of completion at the end or an intent to repair at the beginning. This is another document that may or may not need to be notarized. Often the mortgage companies will require an inspection. They will want to come out and make sure that the work is done. They have a vested interest in your home, and they want to confirm that the repairs that were needing to take place have actually taken place. They will require this before they issue the insurance check back to you. If you have a local mortgage, like ENT here in the Colorado Springs area, often all they require is a copy of the permit. They do not even need a list of the other items. So check with your mortgage and find out what items they're going to be needing to get your insurance check endorsed. There are several ways that you can do this that might help expedite the process. You can overnight your insurance check with that stack of documents to the insurance company, and to expedite them returning it to you, you can even include a prepaid envelope for them to return it to you. There are different addresses by which they want to receive their mail, so please check on the paperwork to make sure that you're sending it to the right P.O. box or the right office. Overnighting has a different address often than regular mail. Never send your check without tracking. We do recommend that you use FedEx or UPS for this process. I do recommend you use FedEx or UPS instead of just the post office. If you send it with the post office, do include tracking. This is important, especially if you have an insurance check in there. Faxing and emailing the documents is often a good way to do that. The contractor can send them directly if you provide them the email or the fax number. However, if you're sending the check, it's a good idea to put all of it together in one packet so the lost draft department can just go through everything quickly and not have to assemble all the details. Do follow up by calling your mortgage company to make sure that they receive the documents and that they have everything they need. This is very important because they may be missing one document and they're not going to give you a call to let you know that. Most often they will just let your file sit there until you follow up with them, depending on your mortgage company, of course. So you will want to schedule your follow-up call for the day after your package and your check are set to arrive. This will be important also if you are escrowing the account. You will want to follow up with them on a regular basis to make sure that they received the documentation that they need in order to release the payments to you. Escrowing. This is something that mortgage companies obviously love to do. One of the things that will slow down your repairs is when they escrow your insurance claim check. So be prepared for this situation if your check is above $10,000 or above whatever their limit is. And also, if you have been late on a mortgage payment in the past, they may automatically escrow your account. And some mortgage companies just do this as a matter of practice. What they will do is they will hold the full amount of your account, of your insurance check. If it's $20,000, they will only release a small portion, maybe a third of it, to you in order to get your repair started. This can be complicated if you have multiple contractors that are working and you only have a third of the actual cash value, which is already a limited portion of your claim to get the repairs done. One of the things that you can do is to send them a letter on your letterhead asking them to release additional funds. They will release funds if you give them invoices or paid in full receipts. Hopefully they won't require you to pay everything up front and wait to get reimbursed. I have seen this on an insurance claim with the lost draft department with the mortgage company. If you will communicate with them and let them know what your needs are and getting funds released to you, it will be very helpful to do so. The inspections. Most likely your building department, by which the contractor has purchased the permit for your roof, is going to conduct their own inspection. However, this is a different inspection. This is actually conducted by your mortgage company. They hire inspectors to come out, take a look at the roof or whatever repairs that they're inspecting, and sign off that they've been completed. The contractors do not order these inspections. We do order the ones with the building department. However, we're not on the agreement between you and the mortgagee, you and the mortgage company, so we're not allowed to order these inspections for you. If you list your contractor as a authorized third person entity, then they may allow the contractor to do that. Please keep in mind that you want to take care of this in a timely manner. It can take up to 2 weeks to schedule the inspector to come by, depending on a busy storm or however many inspectors they have subcontracted their work to. Generally it is 5 days to 2 weeks for an inspection from a mortgage company. It is strongly suggested that as soon as you know the scheduled build date, of course, they're always weather permitting, so that gets a little tricky. But the suggestion that I would make is once you have the projected bill date, go ahead and call the mortgage company and get on their schedule for them to come by and inspect the completed work. If you have a mortgage company that's requiring you to complete 100% of the work before they'll release any of your money to you, then you are going to need to have a special conversation with them. They will come out and do the inspection on partial completion and release partial funds back to you, but it will require a special request to do this. Hopefully you found this information to be helpful when getting your mortgage company endorsement on your insurance check for your claim from hail damage or wind damage.